Go ahead, Lofty.
I think when conservatives try to infiltrate any kind of like culture when other than politics, it's very cringe. Like
because like the Gina Carano stuff, I'm like, she was never a great actress, and then I get crucified for saying that.
All right, so
yeah, it's not quite as good as that rap, right? Like, check out that. Just kidding.
God, that was the lamest thing I've seen in a long time.
Whatever.
what, there was
Did
a
you watch
rap
it,
that was
Blaine?
lame?
You're talking about the Tom McDonald one, right?
Oh, I
Yeah.
haven't
Did
seen
you actually watch it?
Yeah,
No,
I watched the
it's
whole
climbing
thing.
the
What?
It's climbing the charts, but they're trying to block it. They're trying to block the downloads.
They are.
Of course they are.
To think that Ben
Why?
Shapiro
Why?
would lay down a killer stretch in the middle of the most people trying to stop me, but I'm better than like
it's so
I
bad.
can't.
everything
Look,
around
bro.
Ben. I can't believe Ben Shapiro found a way to not be the lamest part of a rap song. That blows my mind.
Yeah, because
Really?
he talks so fast, bro.
Yeah.
He talks so
Ben-
fast.
Ben Shapiro
I
raps
agree,
slower than he
it's
talks.
ridiculous.
Yeah,
And it's
I
like really
can't
well done,
stand-
but the entire rest of it, Tom McDonald is he's a goofball. He's a goofball who rage baits to get popular.
Why do people think the lyrics of that song are like interesting? They're so corny.
I don't know. I haven't.
I'm not selling guns to your kids. Like, okay, Will Smith, all right.
I haven't watched it.
Yeah,
I haven't
there's
seen
no
it. and
slap on that, right?
Yeah.
I'm not
corny.
a Ben Shapiro person, so
You should watch it so you know what you're. I think the worst part though to me is the trying to make it look like Rap God with all the TVs. I'm like, get out of here. Don't stand there.
No, but like part of it, dude, is parody. I think people take it a little bit too serious. It's a little bit.
Yeah,
it's
if you want to call it parody, I just call it rage baiting because I think so much of it is he's making a song to try to like be like, yeah, people are gonna talk about it. It's gonna make me more popular, and I feel like it's not as fun that
he had
way.
fun, dude, and even Nicki Minaj kind of like, was laughing about it because obviously I'm not the best person.
The Nicki call out was great though.
yeah, but like also
but again, that was Ben's part. That wasn't Tom.
Yeah, but Blaine. But there's also they're also beefing with that chick, right? So I'm not going to pretend I'm like a rap expert. Yeah. So
I think when
go ahead. Sorry.
I think when conservatives try to infiltrate any kind of like culture when other than politics, it's very cringe. Like when they do it with movies,
it can
be. It becomes off as like Hallmark quality. Like it's always terrible. It's always terrible.
We need the MAGA drinking game.
You are correct, Lofty. Every time the
I would
Daily
say
Wire
this is a
made
little
something
different.
bad.
I would say this one was a little different, but I agree with you overall because like the Gina Carano stuff, because everyone tries to call me a shill about like Star Wars, and then I bring up the Gina Carano stuff. Because like the Gina Carano stuff, I'm like, she was never a great actress, and then I get crucified for saying that.
Yeah,
I'm
she's
like, bro,
okay.
if
Very
you
short
watch
for
her
Star Wars,
filmography, no, she like, dude. All right, so let me bring up something here.
Do it.
Those guys that were like when Gina Carano was in there, they didn't like her character. They only liked her character when she was canceled and said stuff on Twitter.
The conservative.
We can replay back the whole playback. She was not a good character, bro. Like
I thought she
how
was
she
okay.
able?
Her character did almost nothing.
How is she able to compete with a Mandalorian that trained all of his life, and then somehow She's able to. They double down with us.
Well, I know her
arm
lore,
wrestling
actually.
thing.
I could explain that.
The writing is so bad.
Conservatives are
Like,
I
very.
could explain that, Tim. You know why? It's because she had a father who was ex-military who raised her as a soldier her entire life
but is that
and
in
taught her
the
how to
Star
fight.
Wars story, Serranos? No.
No, that's just her
And
story.
also
You
the
can
fact,
look it up.
also the fact. Hold on. Also the fact, like, why the fuck, bro? This guy trained all of his life, and then you have this chick with the Butch SJW cut, and all these other, and all these other podcasts were okay with it, but normally, if you have that cut, they fire on that. What the fuck are we even doing? You have this is my thing. Have a level of consistency. I'm not saying like she's not a bad actress. I'm saying, I don't think she's great. But at least
I think
be
people
consistent in your message.
Calling
because
out people...
hold on. The thing is, Serranos, this is my thing. I know you're a very intelligent dude. We've talked. But this is what I'm saying is be consistent. Like, not you, but like the other Rand, right? Be consistent about what you're saying.
Yeah.
Like, dude,
so
they're not consistent with that.
Okay,
dude.
you say
they're not
they.
consistent with
You
that.
say
You know what I
they,
mean?
you could say, yes, there are people who are like that, but also it doesn't really have weight if you don't call out some specific person for their actions of saying they were saying, oh man, they're so woke, they're so stupid, they're strong woke. And then they're also like, man, Gina Carano, I just love that girl. She's awesome. She's speaking out for the message. You have to get people that actually say both those rather than just saying generally like this is something that happens. Because yes, it does happen. Also, you need to find out who the person is that does that. Because the people I watch, like Mueller, I watch him like every week. He does that's not what he said. It's like he didn't really care too much. He's like, oh, that kind of sucks that she got canceled. That's like what his take was.
You're right about that. So let me roll back a little bit. I do like Mueller. I watch him
because Mueller is a genuine person.
Yes.
Yeah, and also the fact that like I'm just pushing back on the overall. Like, yeah, I like Mueller coming on Star Wars Theory because I do watch Star Wars Theory. But the thing is, it just like people like perpetuate or say certain things. And they like to put like any diagnosis, if that's the proper words, and pot us against each other. It's just like I like all these people that I'm pushing back on. That I'm trying to put my words together. I like all these people that I'm pushing back on, but just don't agree with all of them. That I don't understand why that's such a, you know what I mean? Like why that's so.
Well, you
divisive.
can disagree with somebody and just like say I don't agree on that.
Yeah.
There's a lot
Or
of
you could just talk
thing.
to somebody and say like, I think this is a bad opinion. I think you're being inconsistent.
Let me explain it. There's a lot of grifters that will hijack your hobbies and talk about politics when it's relevant, and they'll say that they like Alec Baldwin until he does something bad, and then they'll say that they don't like Alec Baldwin, and then if Alec Baldwin tomorrow came out and said that he's voting for Trump, they would say that he's always been good again. Like
you don't miss.
They always.
Yeah.
Like
you don't miss. You got
it's just like the level, like lofty. It's about the level of consistency which I noticed, and that's why I kind of push back on that about the Star Wars, because once I bring up Star Wars and bring up all these facts, and people gatekeep the shit out of Star Wars, which I understand because everyone loves Star Wars. That's fine. I know what I'm getting into when I come on a live stream. But my issue is, and I'm sure you experienced this, I watch your podcast, and I love the fact that you're a fucking honey badger. And you don't give a fuck.
I don't.
So I love that. So let
care.
me bring up a couple, So let me bring up a couple points where I don't give a fuck, right? Not about you, but about other people, because it's been addressed to me as your channel grows. You know, as your channel grows, people like to fucking gaslight the shit that you do and all that. They're like, Tim, you're just fucking honey badger. Tim, you're fucking just lit all the fucking time. It's just like, dude, if I showed you the amount of show notes that I did on the fucking podcast, the amount of research I fucking do is like an hour, 2 hours. Researching everything I fucking talk about, but people don't watch my fucking normal streams. I get fucking pissed.
Yeah,
about it.
so I get this a lot.
It makes me mad. I'm just
Well,
like,
don't get mad. Don't get mad.
Put me in this asinine box.
No.
Don't expect me to be normal on your stream.
Don't
not,
get mad
not
at the.
Blaine, but like everybody else. Go ahead.
I think if you
mad-
spent more time on your notes,
Lofty,
Lofty would
sorry.
like it more.
Don't get mad at the Don't get mad at the normies who pay attention to like 1% of your content. Like, I get that all the time. People are like, Lofty has bad takes. Lofty's a normie because they heard one time that I like Multiverse of Madness or whatever.
Oh
And
god,
it's like-
please don't go into this. Oh.
And it's just like, people do this all the time. Like, if they don't pay attention to you, it's stupid. Like, I've done this. Like, people are like, oh, you have horrible takes. And I'm like, oh, really? And then I send them like my Letterboxd account and they're like, oh, you actually have base takes. What the fuck? Why don't you talk about these movies that you like?
And
I'm
that's
like,
why I never.
What, you
tweet
want
about
to-
it.
you want me to-
I follow you on Letterboxd.
Never.
wait, you want me to talk about fucking you want me to talk about Paths of Glory and Apocalypse Now when those are not popular subjects? You want me to talk about Psycho and Seven Samurai? Like, what do you? Why am I have no choice but to talk about Star Wars. I have no choice but to talk about the Marvel movies because that's all that anybody fucking talks about. Like,
And that
obviously,
sucks.
you're gonna think if I like
the
Marvel,
like,
it's so dumb.
oh, sorry, go ahead.
It's so stupid. Like,
Yeah.
people that call you a normie are the normies. It's like, oh, you're calling me a normie. I'm like, what's your favorite movie? I like Forrest Gump. I like Shawshank Redemption. Oh, you like the most popular movie of all time on IMDb? Oh, how fucking edgy are you? The most popular movie of
Hey, Lofty,
on IMDb.
Lofty.
Yeah. It's so gay. It's so
Yeah.
gay. These people are cringe. They're not worth your time. It's better if you curate your own audience and basically, if all you care about are people that like you agree, vibe with, it doesn't, like, at this point I don't care. Like, if all of the people that hate me or whatever, like I use them as like, I like sort of weaponize them to like gatekeep my own communities.
Oh, nice.
Because I don't want it's
July.
That's kind of like what Eric July does, but like I do it.
Monetize your haters.
Yeah, monetize sort of, but I don't really monetize them. I just like make fun of them, and then they end up like
debacle on itself. I've been watching that kind of like
Yeah.
drama. I know that's a conversation.
Not tonight,
another
Tim. Not
day.
tonight. We'll do it Friday.
Yeah.
We'll do it Friday. Okay.
it's so dumb.
Yeah,
Oh, is this
I
a
know
boomer meme, Brandon? What do we got?
You know, I like to sizz up that sauce because that's what Tim Tuck does. I sizz up that sauce. But yeah, Lofty, I would love to.
Where's that
me
sauce,
and Lofty
baby?
are going to have that sauce one day. We're going to talk about it because
Yeah,
I feel like me and.
What is with all of you and your wide ass monitors? Can nobody have a normal freaking tab they share?
I have a
I do.
wide monitor.
This is just
wide.
my standard 1080p monitor. But anyways, this is Star Wars in a nutshell. Hopefully the sound works because I'm using Firefox. So let's find out. Come on, play, damn it, play.
Oh, I don't
monkey,
even
play.
see it. I don't even see it. Oh, no, it doesn't work.
No sound. Oh, it's just
No, you gotta
make her put a woman in it, make her lame and gay.
No, my stocks. No.
Yeah, Bob Iger.
Bigger Jeeps.
But yeah, I trimmed down that video and it's
Bump it to 90.
Genemir says he wants me to be a spaz 90% of the time instead of 80%.
Yeah, 10% more spazzing.
Holy fuck.
But I've got okay, Lofty. I've got it for you, and I know most everybody else knows the rules, my rules of anime. But for Lofty, since he's never heard them, I'll give you the quick rundown. You
I
ready?
don't know your rules.
It's your commitment.
You ready? All right, Tim.
Probably
I'll
have
tell you the
different
rules. Alex knows them. He's heard them before, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, here we go. Rule number 1: baby can't do that. Rule number 2: oxymoron.
Don't just say baby can't do
No.
that. You gotta explain what the dang rule
Okay,
means.
baby can't do
In-
that.
Explain those rules.
In
Okay.
Isekai, when the main character gets sent to another world, sometimes we start from them being a baby at birth, but they have all of their memories
slime.
of their life in Japan.
Yeah.
And
Right.
so
And
if
power.
that baby then uses their brain power from being their entire life in Japan to do something miraculous that a baby couldn't do, Brandon doesn't like watching those.
And there were 2 shows last year that broke that rule, and hence why the rule got created.
They created that rule. Yeah.
Yeah. Second rule, oxymoron. Don't remember much more about it, but it can't be that. Third one, doesn't like Fabio. So this is the Harlequin romance type crap, dollar store, shelf, romance, trash novels. No. If it's anything like that, it's gone. Rule number 4 was never pick scissors and rock, paper, scissors. And 5 was shock the gay away.
Both of those have to do with the first one is if it's gonna be lesbians, they better be a hentai, and the other one is don't watch gay dudes.
Yeah, especially if it's made for middle-aged women.
What's an example?
So like some Fujoshi bait shows, if you've ever watched an anime and 2 dudes meet and they say, "Oh, hello, my name's Blaine," and then like a flower border kind of like comes in from the sides of the screen and it like lingers on their eyeballs for a little bit.
Has anyone seen the show
Kami-sama Kiss?
Comment means come.
No.
Kami-sama Kiss. I think
Hold on.
Or on High School Host Club. Lots of stuff.
Hold on. Anime. Blah, blah.
There's
Case
one
study of
that-
Vanitas.
Case study of Vanitas? No, that wouldn't be gay enough.
Oh.
Yeah,
It's pretty gay. It's pretty gay. It's
okay to be a little broke back, like the firefighter show is okay because they're still rescuing people.
That's right.
But you can't be
Gemini's
just
got it
like
right.
It's got
2
gay
dudes in an
eyelashes,
office.
though.
2 dudes
Oh,
in an
that's
office,
right.
both
Talking
putting
about,
their
man.
hands on a mouse. That's
Oh.
where
That's
you
right.
draw
That
the
was
line.
from last season. The my boss is cute or whatever.
My
it was.
boss is cute. Yep.
Yeah, that was that was super gay. But it's not gay for the gays. It's gay for the middle-aged women that like to
I
ship
don't
the
understand
gays.
your definition of gay. Like you guys should move the goalposts.
What is it?
I don't
Move
mind a
the
little- I
goalpost.
don't-
Gay
I
means you
don't-
like the same sex.
I don't mind a little.
I know, but
Little-
you're talking about
mind a little bit of-
things.
A little
I don't-
light in the skirt didn't hurt anybody. Okay.
No, I don't mind a little
Holy shit.
homoeroticism. It's fine to me.
You're talking
Fine.
about.
But
what
we're-
mind.
I will say though, there are some anime where the entire cast is pretty boys and the entire thing is homoeroticism, so that women can
Yeah, that's
cream
too
their little
much.
snail pants. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's where it gets too much for me.
I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
that's
I
what
don't-
I'm watching.
What
Yeah.
What are you watching?
The
What?
Orange
Yeah,
High
Blaine?
School Host Club. That's what Pretty Boys.
That's more.
Or
refreshing.
Oregon at least has
What I
a
remember,
good
it
No,
does
story.
have
the
some-
part we're talking about is like the
Yeah.
2
Why?
brothers being damn near
Oh, okay.
down each
Okay.
other's pants.
That's the closest I think I'm watching.
Yeah,
Whatever.
you'll enjoy
Fucking man.
Oron
How
High
are
School
you gonna-
Host Club.
What do
is
you mean,
good.
what am I
It's got
talking
Vic
to?
in it.
What do you
so-
mean? What are you talking about?
Dude,
Look, yeah.
you said pretty
homoeroticism.
boys. What? Why are we sleeping on this? Okay.
Some men are
Never mind.
attractive.
But anyways, that-
You
Some of
don't
the
have
best-
to be gay to
That's what I liked
recognize
about
that.
Some of the best
Pumpkin
male
Man.
some of the best bromances of all time are homoerotic. Like if you think about Lestat and Louis from Interview with the Vampire,
Dude.
very homoerotic.
Yep, it
if you
is.
think
the
about
medical
Sher-
show.
Well, yeah,
what's that shit
fuck.
Here's an example. This is Fujoshi bait.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's
2
Yeah.
dudes
Oh,
with
no,
their
that's cute.
hands sharing a mouse.
no, but like Hannibal and
Together.
Will Graham from Hannibal.
fuck?
Sherlock and Watson. Like
Holy shit,
there's a lot of like bromances that are awesome.
Blaine,
like
pull up
Yeah,
Nine
man.
Bad Lovers.
There are a lot of
Money?
bromances that are awesome, but there are also a lot that are literally just to make women go, "Are they gonna kiss soon?"
Yeah.
Like that's.
Yeah, and that's where the line is drawn.
Yeah.
So, as I said, the Bong Braven show, I'm enjoying the crap out of that. I thought it was funny
Bang
as hell.
Bravern was good.
even
Don't-
though it's
Vanity is
even
a
though
good
it's
show.
extremely
I'm told
gay.
Bang
but it's
Bravern
funny
was
as
designed to
hell.
sell toys.
Why has nobody seen?
I
Vanitas?
I don't know.
understand.
I watched
think I
3
watched the
episodes and
video.
bored out of it.
Same.
Oh,
It didn't grab me.
Yeah.
it's pretty good.
It's one of those you
Hopefully
watch it and you're
season
like, wow, that
grab you.
animation's good, but there's something about the story I'm just not
Scrubs.
super interested in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like Tom Cruise.
I
Get
love
you out of
Scrubs.
here.
It's a great bromance.
Scrubs is an awesome
Can't
bro
ban
band.
us all,
Yes.
Blaine. Our voices will rise. Annie List agrees with us. Everybody in the comment section, Annie List agrees with us. You want to check that out? You want to check that out, Blaine? You see all those criticisms?
On Annie List, people don't like
Check out
Metallic
Annie
Rouge.
List.
Yeah,
Oh,
I looked at the comments
I haven't
today
looked.
of that.
I want to point
episode.
out the ones
It's-
praising it are literally like, I love that this show hardly explains
Whatever,
anything,
pumpkin man.
Yeah,
and they're being serious.
it's the second show I had to go to the comments.
Blaine's
this year
serious too.
to
That's
look.
what's funny.
I know.
Yeah, I like the mystery.
Alex,
about-
I changed my
What,
profile
what,
picture
what,
to me.
what about like shows like Ray Zero that are like so the opposite direction that it's almost like annoying?
Even
What do you mean?
I like Ray Zero a lot, but I'm saying like that many
lost
waifus,
him.
so many,
Lost him.
so many waifus.
Sorry,
like,
Blade. Dude, sorry.
you're not gonna convince me that you're gonna like simp for Amelia when Rem is staring you in the face. Like, I'm sorry.
Amelia's
you're not
cute,
gonna-
or-
The
Ugh,
issue
Rem
is
is-
Subaru is insane.
I know
Rem is
he's insane.
amazing.
I like the show a lot. I think it's a pretty genius show. Like the writing is
Oh.
wild.
I can't say
But-
spoilers.
But also
Um,
in the light novel, he gets with both. So
Shh! Don't spoil it.
I didn't hear
don't
what
think
you
spoil
even
it.
said,
Shit, I forgot.
but don't spoil it. But yeah, I think that show is awesome. It's just like, oh, of course he's gonna be with Amelia and he's gonna like reject it, whatever. But like, I don't know. There's other shows like that that I'm trying to think of, like
just a harem show, just generic harem.
yeah, like I don't know, man. Like
There's a lot
It's,
of there's a
it's-
lot of
it's-
harem shows, dude.
Mhm.
it's just
Yeah.
too much bait. It's too much bait. Too much fan service to me sometimes.
Mm.
I think didn't Brandon do a
Sometimes,
harem
yeah,
list and
there
it
is.
bumped up after we get to 2000?
Yeah, it took off after the 2000s. Everything
like-
was
yeah.
I
take
just
your
like
pick of women.
Hero because of the complicated death mechanic. Like it's so intense. Like that's the only reason.
Mm.
The show is really good because of the possibilities of and like the knowledge that he gains every time he dies. Like it's so interesting.
Mhm.
But the harem
And
stuff
then you
is
also-
yeah. Go
I was
ahead.
gonna say you also have the aspect of watching a character you dislike die a bunch.
I mean,
I
I
don't
don't
even
know how you
dislike
could
it.
dislike harems because they're the most heterosexual anime genre imaginable.
There,
I don't
see,
dislike
there's,
it.
there's bad
I-
harem, there's good harem. Like
Subaru gets
Sekirei
better,
is an
but
amazing
I did not
harem.
like him for most of season one.
Well,
Then you have 100 Girlfriends, which is the best harem.
That's a
what
great
about
harem,
Rent a
too.
Girlfriend? Rent a Girlfriend.
That's
Oh,
the
Rent a
worst.
Girlfriend
That
is
the
like
worst.
watching
That's
a
the
tub.
worst.
No
One of the
one
worst.
wants that.
Worst MCs.
So
Was it 300 chapters still? There's
Dude,
no
I can't-
progression?
Literal
can't.
cuck shit.
Wow.
I don't.
Makes me
I
glad I'm
didn't
not
know
watching
about
most of
that.
them.
I
No,
don't-
yeah,
know.
I mean, if you watch just a couple episodes, that's the main character for the entire next at least
Oh,
3
God.
seasons. Like,
Yeah,
and it's
more
just
than
like
that,
I don't
too.
like
It's
watching a
more.
pathetic cuck sometimes. You know, I'm
Same
not
character,
into it.
300 chapters in, same damn character.
Oh, okay. I never
Mm,
watched
that's
it. I just-
painful.
I thought it was popular.
yeah.
It
It
is
is.
popular
and everybody that
from the
watches it
cucks who
hates
want to
it.
be that guy.
Yeah.
It's so popular, and all the fans hate it. You look anywhere online, people talking about it, it's like, this is the worst shit I've ever seen. Why am I still watching it?
Why
And then
am I
they keep
still
watching
watching
it, and they keep watching it, just like that. Just like the guy's annual list we looked at before, he watched 276 episodes of Fairy Tale, and he gave it a 3 out of 10.
I watched the
Fairy
new
Tale?
Wow. That's
Bro,
masochistic.
Right?
He
man.
gave it a
Holy
3 out of
crap.
10.
Yeah, I would give it
3 out
at
of 10. Why would you spend that much time on Fairy Tale? Like
Well, I
I
like-
watched it. and
I'm gonna
We're
like,
ask
gonna
him.
have to ask
We're gonna
him.
get him on the
Why?
channel.
Yeah, he's got a lot of.
Who is this dude?
Oh,
Who are we
oh.
talking about tonight?
Did
Like,
you have
who's
his
this
link in the
dude?
chat before, or did you just bring it up yourself?
No, I
think
can
you
bring him
brought
up.
it
His name's Kaiser
Yeah.
I'll
Shonen.
tell you why. I'll tell you why Hunter x Hunter is my favorite anime. It's because, well,
one of
one
my
of the
favorites, yeah.
one of the reasons is because it doesn't give a fuck about like gay petty relationships, and the most
Mhm.
compelling like the only relationship in the entire show is Gon and Killua, and they have like
And they're
the
not
most-
gay.
and they're not gay, they're just friends, and like it's so fucking it's it's adorable, and it's also deep as fuck. Like it hits really
They
hard. like,
trust each other.
yeah, and like everybody can relate to it. Everybody like people can like, you know, if you relate more to Killua, there's probably shit going on in your life that's like whatever. And then like Gon, maybe his father is absent, so like maybe you can relate to Gon, but like
like
Did you
your
start
whole
watching
Alex.
the older show or the new one? What do you mean? What do
it
you
doesn't
mean by
matter.
this?
Like
The new
the
one.
show,
He's talking
yeah,
about
the
the
new one.
2011.
Like,
Okay.
The one that
but
actually
the
got
rest
farther.
of the
The one that's
show,
good.
everything else about the show is about the world building, and it doesn't matter about all of these gimmicky crap like
We're going to
nonsense.
Copa about that one. Sorry.
And Hunter x Hunter is just the best fucking show, and it's
Yeah, I'm
like
starting
it
it
has
this
the
year.
best action, it has the best magic system, it has the most like depth in terms of like iconic characters. Like I don't know, it's just I think Hunter blows My Hero Academia out of the water in terms of like all the
It
characters.
is incredibly
Yeah.
good at characterizing it.
Yeah.
Just characterization, because it doesn't focus on Gon and Killua the entire time either. It takes a couple splits off to explore our other characters, and it characterizes them extremely well.
Yes. And here's my problem.
Character that gets focus gets characterization, and you learn to care for them.
Yeah, like Ravnica.
Even the bad guys in the
And the
in
bad
the
guys.
arc.
So instead of the bad guy,
I think
3
you guys are all
episode
crazy
getting
because
2
Dragon Ball
episodes
Z
for
mocks all
development.
this shit. Like, I don't know what you're talking about.
That's fine.
So
in terms of incoherence, yeah.
my problem, I haven't read the Hunter
see why
manga.
you don't identify
Fuck
with
up, bro. Let's talk about Super. Let's talk
I
about
can't get into-
GT. If you
We're gonna
want to
keep talking
get
about Hunter x
broke
Hunter.
down, you want to be schooled by
Just
the
keep talking,
knowledge.
Lofty.
Let's
So
talk.
my issue is
That's
this.
right,
I haven't read the Hunter
You're
manga.
scared to go to church.
I'm afraid to
I do
read
go
it.
to church.
I'm afraid to read the manga because I really like Gon and Killua, and I disagree with the mangaka. I think it was a mistake to get rid of them. I think Kurapika is a cool character, but like Gon and Killua are the soul of the show, and like to me the show is done with. It's over.
I think it has a perfectly good
He
ending.
keeps having issues, right? He'll do
Like
a couple
apparently,
chapters a
I don't
year.
know. I haven't read the manga, but apparently Gon and
Yeah,
Killua are
it goes
gone.
on.
Like they're gone. Like
They
what-
aren't
what-
part of
they're
the arc.
gone.
No,
And
they
Killua.
stayed on the main. They stayed on the main island. And
Why
then
though? Why are they not the main
Kurapika
character?
is going to the
Spoilers?
Dark Continent because Gon is injured. He's not capable of fighting right now. That's why
So-
he's not there.
But he said he's done with their characters. He said this in interviews.
That's interesting.
So-
Because I mean, he could go back to them anytime if he wanted to, but right now we're focused on Kurapika and him going to the Dark
I
Continent.
disagree. I just think I don't agree with it.
I
You're
understand,
trying to
but yeah.
build the
I think
character.
they did
in my
a great
opinion.
job developing the characters, and I think they
Yeah.
had plenty. I think they said. I think he said plenty with them. I think he
That's
could
why.
go
That's
somebody
why.
else.
That's why the show is my favorite show of all time because it did have a sort of arc to it. Like it did. It had. It's not like unfinished in the same way that I would say like Magi is unfinished or like other shows that
Magi,
got
yeah.
canceled. Like Hunter x Hunter, I wish it continued with Gon and Killua and their adventure, but like if I have to stop watching it because I have to stop watching, like it doesn't bother me. It's still one of my favorite shows. Like Magi was canceled at its peak, and then is for no reason at all, and it's like the worst cancellation ever in history of anime.
And then they went and made
Fuck those
Sinbad.
people. Sinbad's
No,
great, but it's like
hold
why?
on,
Why?
1 second.
Yeah,
You guys talking about this whole finished bullshit. All right, so like when Pokemon ended, I thought that was the biggest mistake whatsoever.
still
When
making
you're
more
removing the
Ash?
brand from Ash
Yeah.
Ketchum. That's fucking asinine.
Oh,
the way.
okay. I was confused.
Yeah. So
Dude,
I'm not
suck
saying
ass.
how.
Why do you care?
Hold on. I think Power World. Okay.
No, I'm
whatever,
talking
you
about the
shout
anime.
out.
I'm
I'm
gonna
talking
go get
about the
ready for
anime.
family, so I'm gonna get going.
I'm talking about the
Alright, see ya.
anime.
Goodbye,
Okay, see you, dude.
Spoilers.
See you, dude.
I'll
Okay,
talking
talk
never
about-
I'm
mind.
gonna be
yeah,
washing
the Pokemon-
dishes right now.
Oh, the Pokemon anime is terrible compared to the games. Like I don't care about the anime.
Oh,
Season
I,
one.
I would argue, dude,
Guys,
that
take a
someone
moment.
that's like was a Pokemon master, a master collector. I own a lot of the cards. That
All right,
like
dude, I've
Ash Ketchum is intrinsically like someone
I'm not
that's
saying-
embedded with
I
the
agree with
character.
you.
I'm not saying I didn't say
Call me
that.
next, I'll explain.
You know what I mean? I didn't
No,
say
I-
that
I-
you
I-
said that.
No. I'm saying.
So
I'm saying
this is
I'm saying-
just my argument, right?
Oh, okay.
So yeah. So whatever. And so no, I like a lot of your takes, bro. It's just like this
I agree.
Is,
No. Here's my problem. I know what you're saying. I agree with you, but the Pokemon anime is I am disappointed with what they're doing with Pokemon, and I think they could be doing so much better. Imagine if Makoto Shinkai imagine if some other like Mamoru Hosoda did a Pokemon movie. Like, why are we settling for like children's shows? Like,
Because
why
it's
are
a
we
children's
That's
franchise.
okay.
Anyway, Brandon
I
wants to.
see what you're saying on that, but like,
do
dude,
you know what I'm saying? He did. This
That's
guy did.
someone
Hosoda did the
that-
Digimon movie, and that is one of the best anime movies ever. And like, why can't we have a Pokemon equivalent? Why we have like we do with the first fucking Pokemon movie?
All right, Brandon, you have a good night. All right.
Nintendo. Yeah, I'm checking out, gentlemen. You all have a
good to see
wonderful
you,
night.
Brandon.
And just remember, for the month of February, I have settled on a
Oh,
theme
yeah.
for the month. We are
Oh,
gonna
yes.
do and create a list for romance
yes.
shows. I
Oh,
know,
yes.
I know. But you can have some violence
That's
with your
all what you did
romance
there,
and some
Brandon.
comedy with
I
your
need more
romance.
romance shows.
Okay, Brandon, I see you.
Yeah, so
Whatever, man.
we'll see you later,
See
everybody.
you.
Take care.
I wish Serrano stayed a few minutes just to hear that it's romance because we've been feuding over that shit.
You have been.
Yeah,
Right.
Star
There's a
don't want
lot of
that
good
smoke.
shows out there, Michael. What do you-
Have
I
either
don't
of you
want
guys
this
seen
smoke.
Pokemon Concierge, the fun
No.
I watched a
stop
little bit of
motion
it.
one?
I watched a little bit of it.
Is that a
It was
romance
way
Pokemon
too
show?
wordy, you know.
Oh.
Hmm.
Well,
Like I don't
I'll
think
watch.
kids would like it. Is what I'm saying.
Well, maybe I'll watch it. No, I gotta go too. But the last thing I just want to say is like, it's frustrating because I want to like I wish Pokemon has so much more potential with anime and with movies. It's embarrassing. Like, what are they like you know? Imagine if they did a movie like Suzume, the quality of that movie, but with Pokemon. Number one, they make so much fucking money. I don't know why they don't do that. And then like
It was absolutely shit, dude. Like, we're talking about the most recent film, dude. I'm a hardcore purist Pokemon fan. I own the.
I do too, bro. I have a bunch of cards.
Like, I showed Blaine this.
Yep.
I have a bunch
own
of
all
cards.
those cards. And
I have a
people
bunch
try
of-
to like say this asinine bullshit about me not knowing about Pokemon. They can go fuck themselves. Not Blaine,
who they?
everybody else. But dude, the thing is, they did not do it right. They gave this fucking dumbass woke progressive bullshit. Pokemon is supposed to
like
be
Steven Universe
universal and accepted in that because the Pokemon want the fucking battle. That's kind of like the first thing in the Jedi text if you ever watch fucking Star Wars. But no, I don't understand. It's not only that I cosplay as a kid.
Like-
Not only have all these cards, I'm dumb, for even like bringing this up.
Yeah, bro.
It's
I have
so asinine, bro.
I have a bunch of original World Wizards of the Coast cards. I have them graded. I have a holographic PSA 9 Dark Dragonite. Like I understand where you're coming from. I'm a big fan. I just have higher standards. I couldn't care less about what they're doing to Pokemon if it's woke or not, because even if it wasn't woke, it's still like poor quality. Like for kids, it's for kids. Like it's like Minions. Like why would I care about Minions? I don't care about Minions.
The issue. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, no, it's just sad because the franchise, even the games now are becoming like lazy. Like I don't know what they're doing, man. Like
Okay, let me roll back woke issue because I'm not one of those people. Because this is my thing, and let me tell you about this.
Yeah.
It's more about storytelling, and this is what I want to home in on because storytelling is the biggest thing. Why a lot of the projects right now with Star Wars, everything else are failing, is because you have a lot of people that aren't storytellers; they're activists. Like, let's talk about Pokemon. Let me break this down real quick for everybody. Pokemon is supposed to be this kid, an average kid from Pallet Town, that gets the offset Pokemon, not Charizard, not freaking Bulbasaur, not Venusaur, the Pokemon that we're going to get. It's about the person that got the offset Pokemon. He was already at a disadvantage, but was already
we all know
at a
this.
disadvantage. Come on, this is a little bit
Well, and here's the other thing too is like I'm a huge believer in IP. Like I believe something you've developed, you own. At the same time, I wish the world was more willing to license things, because then we could have
Right.
so many more interesting takes and ideas on things if
Mhm.
people weren't terrified of like touching the toes of something else.
Well,
Yeah, and that's also the thing with Power World and all that. I'm not
Yes, we
like
brought it back,
against the,
baby!
like
Woo!
yeah, I know, Blaine. I know that's your channel. You've been like covering it. I'm not against like Power World. I think that's actually constructive because what it does towards the status quo is make people want to do better, right, Blaine?
Yeah.
It makes people want to like move the brand forward and all that. So I get that. I get that whole notion for that. But my thing is now moving forward, looking at that, I'm a massive Pokemon guy. I don't want that to be eradicated. But for the brand in that standpoint, I think a lot of us are looking at it. It's just like, we all want things to get better, and that's kind of our whole notion here, right?
I want it to get better. I don't want it to be like Power World. I think Power World. I think people are wrong. I think people live in their own alternate reality where Power World is better than Pokemon. When it's,
no. I think in the same world that you get Detective Pikachu and Pinball Pikachu, you can get a Power World Pokemon. I don't see how that negates from like a mainline game.
I don't want a Power World Pokemon.
Well, okay, but like you don't have to play it. You don't have. Did you play Detective Pikachu?
That's true.
No, I'm talking about me as in the collective fan of Pokemon. Most people, most Pokemon fans don't want Power World.
Yeah.
They want Pokemon.
That's fine.
They want turn-based battles.
That's fine.
They don't want survival crafting.
I believe in a world where they can all be made.
No, they can't. That's impossible, dude.
That's not impossible if they were freer with their IP. If they had just licensed it out to all the companies.
Okay.
Then I say we could get both of them, right?
We need Nintendo. I want Nintendo. I want Game Freak to be better. I don't want some third guy to make a Pokemon game. Like I want Game Freak to get better, because Game Freak was great, and they were perfect until Gen 6. Do you think
Game Freak is sucking because of the turnaround, or are they sucking because of the team?
Oh, I think
it's because of 3D models, Blaine.
I think it's because it's weird because a lot of it's very weird. Pokemon fans one day woke up and decided that they want a completely different formula, and they want an advancement, and it's like people have said this. It's the opposite of Zelda and Final Fantasy fans. Like Final Fantasy fans and Zelda fans wanted to go back to the original formula, and for some reason Pokemon fans are like expecting dramatic changes, and I don't think Nintendo was prepared for that. And I think they thought Sword and Shield was enough of an advancement, and then I think they thought Scarlet and Violet was enough of a push in that direction to satisfy people, and they were right. They sold 25 million copies.
Yeah.
So like Scarlet and Violet at 23, Arceus at 14.8. Like that's not a mainline, but that's still a huge number. So I think there's enough to make all of them.
Well, then you gotta I think Bandai Namco should make a Pokemon game. I agree with you.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
I want Dark Souls Pokemon. Let FromSoft make one.
Like the progression is actually good. Lofty. Yeah, but I a lot of us Pokemon fans want this evolution. We did want this evolution because No, listen.
We agree, like, oh yeah, we want Namco Bandai, and then I say, yeah, and I want FromSoft, and he tells me no. Why? Why do you like this?
I don't think Pokemon. I think Nada's incorrect. They haven't been I know I'm involved in the community. We haven't been asking for this shit for ages. Suddenly we woke up as a community and decided that Sword and Shield was not enough of an advancement in the technology and the franchise.
Dude, it wasn't.
Before that, X and Y, people were fine with it. Some people didn't like whatever was going on with it. Before, like Sun and Moon, people didn't like the story because it was kind of shitty. But I think we just decided because of Breath of the Wild that we were like, you know what? We need like a next gen Pokemon game. And it came out of the blue and Nintendo wasn't ready for it. And like I was kind of blindsided by it because I thought Sword and Shield was fine. Like it had some problems, but like
it
wasn't
But we all
Yeah,
know, dude, as Pokemon fans, we're all going to be divisive about it on which we like and dislike. That's what makes the
yeah, that's true.
conversation interesting, and that's why we're here tonight talking about it. You understand what I'm saying?
Oh, I get
It's
you.
just like, yeah, you smell what I'm cooking, like the
Oh,
rocks cooking on
it's all
the,
it's floating all the
yeah,
way into Washington.
yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, I just think that the anime needs to improve better. I think the games are going to be okay. I think they're going to learn from Arceus. We'll see. I got to go though. That
Alrighty,
was
thank
fun.
you for joining, Lofty. This was a great one.
It was a fun stream.
I feel like we always have fun together. We should start our own Leftovers podcast.
Leftovers? What's that?
Yeah, that's the Ethan and Hassan podcast, and then we
The
can
one that's
have a
gone.
fallout, and we
We'll
can
have a
hate each
fallout
other.
and then just end it.
Yeah, it'll be beautiful.
And then I'll be the Hassan Piker.
Okay, deal.
I'll be the cuck.
Deal, and I'll be the fat Jew.
You'll be
who
the
sits
fat
there.
Jew.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not Jew.
What's next on your channel, buddy, or in your life?
Well, I'm actually doing. Well, next week is probably going to be. Well, I'm talking to Little Platoon. I don't know if you guys know this, but Little Platoon is sort of like Mahler. He's a YouTuber, and he's pretty big. He's pretty based, and he's very much like Mahler, actually. And he's been working on this game called Judas, which came out today. Trailer.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah.
And I think he's been writing the script for it. I'm not sure. He's under an NDA. He can't really talk about it. So, but
Nice.
I might be talking to him next week about BioShock and video games. So, yeah, he's a pretty big deal. Other than that, I'm gonna do streams about the Oscars coming up, and then I want to talk about streaming services. I'm comparing Netflix, Amazon, Apple, and Max, and I want to have a big conversation about it. It's gonna be fun.
Nice.
Because a lot of people don't really understand what's happening, and they're just like, oh, they're like people get into arguments about like which one to get, and it's like people can't watch all the content, so you know what I mean. It's very complicated.
Yeah, exactly.
But anyway, that's pretty much it. That's all that's going on with me.
Awesome. Thanks for jumping on.
Yep. You guys have fun talking about stuff. And Tim, you drink whatever. What are you drinking?
I'm rye for a spare. That's what we'll say.
Nice.
Hey,
Well-
Lofty, by the way, hold on. Real second. I do want to have you on to talk about Star Wars. I think we would have a pretty interesting conversation.
Oh.
So
Yeah, let me know.
let's keep it that. I think you and I are actually pretty similar in certain ways. And I think it would make it interesting for a conversation. And it's always a pleasure, bro. Shout out to Blaine. Thanks for bringing us together. But, dude, yeah, I want to have a conversation with you. And, we'll have a talk. I think it will be
man,
good.
hit me up.
So.
Hit me up, and yeah, dude, that sounds fun. That sounds great. I'm gonna go watch. What am I behind on? I think I'm behind on. I think
Hokkaido
tonight we're
Gals.
watching. No, tonight we might be watching Freerin. I think I'm an episode behind.
Oh, nice.
And I
Nice.
think what else am I behind? I just watched Solo Leveling. It's okay.
Boo, terrible show.
Okay.
It's just like taking forever to get. Yeah.
Alex read it, so he's laughing
Yeah.
at all of us saying
What
this
do you
show
think
isn't great.
about Lofty? Hold on,
Yeah.
real quick. I asked this to my audience. I know. I wish Blaine would watch Star Wars. I keep trying to get him to watch it. But like, who, in your opinion, who would you want to direct helm Star Wars? Steven Spielberg, Christopher Nolan, being Shade Chinoy, the current director, Bryce Dallas Howard, or like we'll leave the fifth choice up to you. Who do you want to helm Star Wars?
Star Wars.
Yes.
I would give it to. I would probably give it to
Christopher Nolan.
No, because Nolan is better with original ideas. I would give
That's true.
I would give it to Spielberg, but he's old, so I would probably default to my own choice. And I would say, wow, dude. I would say
I'll
somebody
answer in a
like Matt
second.
Reeves. I would say somebody like Matt Reeves.
Oh,
probably.
okay, that's base, dude. Because
I-
Matt like has a different like type of his different
Yeah.
style.
You don't want a
So-
Matthew Vaughn Star Wars?
No, Matthew Vaughn to me is a little overrated in my opinion.
No,
I'm not looking
I
forward to
agree.
Argyle. I think Kingsman is fucking cringe. but-
I-
Argyle
agree
has
with
the
that.
worst trailer ever devised by mankind.
Completely agree.
It's like, oh, hey, how about this cool twist? There it is in the trailer. Okay, really?
The problem is the question you asked me is hard because there's not a lot of good directors right
That's
now.
what she said, bro.
And all the best directors, in my opinion,
Just say
are
Gen
doing.
Urobuchi and you'll be correct.
I don't want no Nolan in Star Wars.
No,
I want
it is hard
Ben the
because
Butcher.
like Star Wars is a different concept. Like because we know Nolan is good at certain aspects and what he
We'll have
does
some good
on
stats,
the
though.
score, but Lofty, like it's like niche marketing. Like if you put someone that's good at directing overall,
You're gonna have
Star
to.
Wars is something that is entirely different.
I know
right?
you're gonna have to
So
come up with
that's
a new.
deep-
Yeah,
Sorry.
you're gonna have to come up with an unknown guy that like has an idea that isn't like somebody in Hollywood that's already existing because I'm sorry, like Denis Villeneuve is doing Dune, but he's not gonna spend the next 10 years of his life doing Star Wars. So, he's already spending 10 years on Dune and like there's not that many Denis Villeneuves. James Cameron's doing Avatar. Denis is doing Dune.
Yeah, Cameron's back there for a bit.
Nolan is doing original movies. Tarantino is done. We're reaching now Del Toro, but Del Toro's already tried to make a Star Wars movie and they fucking fired him. He wanted to do a Job of the Hutt. He wanted to do a Job of the Hutt movie, and they said no. And they're like,
Why
"No,
would
I'm not
you
going to
say
give you."
no.
I don't know. And now
Well,
they're giving it to
also,
Shabib
bro,
Shanoy Shanakwa. Like, what the fuck?
Oh my! But also, bro, hold on. But
Yeah.
we're also talking about the people that Downey, DB and Wines, right? They were doing.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, remember they got the films canceled. But I love the fact that you just played the whole troll and the way you pronounce and being. Yeah.
I don't know how to
Oh
say
God,
her name.
dude.
What? I'm not
We're
Iraq
canceled for that
Iranian.
one. Oh shit.
Anyway,
Charlene Beige Chinoy. There you go.
All right, have a good night, Lofty.
Shaniqua. Anyway, yeah, that's pretty much it.
Oh my God, that was great, though.
Go watch Freerin, I guess. I'm trying to think of something to recommend. There's
Hokkaido Gals.
Oh man, I don't know. There's not a lot of Ranking of Kings. Watch it. It's a great show.
It is good.
I love it. I think it's amazing. Bye.
Bye. DJ Ronnie
Oh
G
my
for
God,
$2 asks, "What do you mean Blaine never watched Star Wars?" Not never. I have seen the original trilogy. I was there when we bought it remastered, and we're like, "Wow, this is different." My parents still have the VHSs. I was a child and going to the theater when we watched the prequels. I've seen those. I watched the first of the new movies in theaters, and then the new whatever garbage that everyone was like, well, it was kind of like a reboot, maybe it'll get better. And then the next two movies, I think I eventually watched streamed because someone else in the group wanted to watch a movie and that's the movie they picked and it was available. But as far as like all the TV shows go, all the spin-offs, all the other stuff, I ain't seen any of that. And that's what when Tim says Blaine doesn't watch Star Wars, that's what he means. I don't watch all of the extended universe stuff.
Hey, let me reel it back. I'm sorry that I said that.
No, don't apologize, dude. You said that and I made $2, okay? Say it every day. I love it.
No, you're my,
I'm just answering,
you're my
yeah.
homie. You're my homie. So.
You are my homie, too. We're homies. What are you laughing at, Alex?
Oh, it's just a panel.
Whatever, Alex.
I'm sticking you next to your friend.
Dude, I have so many pictures of black guys with pumpkins on my laptop now.
Whatever, pumpkin, man. I remember your first picture.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, it's so good.
All right.
Yeah, it just like the thing is like Blaine obviously knows more about anime and like you guys know about more gaming, but we're still friends. I'll play no more about Star Wars, and that's how like we kind of blend together. But like I really love Dragon Ball Z. Everybody knows that. And and oftentimes I am lost, like JP said in the chat, but we still like to come hang out, talk about anime, because I do listen to you guys overall about your opinions about what to watch as far as like anime. I do come here to listen to. Oh, okay, maybe I'll check out this anime. So it just like people get off your soapbox, man. Like just because you don't watch everything or whatever. I still come over here to hang out. I like the vibe.
No, thank you. I like your vibe too. That's why I'm always glad to have you on. And DJ Ronnie with another 2 stopped at episode 7 and Rogue One. They are proud. Waifu Blaine. Thank you. Thank you for your $2. Makes me very happy. You still need to watch Awakens and Rise of. Do you have to?
Oh, dude,
I feel like it's been a long time since those. I feel like it's been a while since those films came out. If you haven't watched them yet, that seems strange. But no, everybody loves Tim.
Tim, I want to hear more about Pokemon.
Oh my god, dude! I'm a hardcore Pokemon fan. I have a lot of the cards. I plan on doing some streams about it. Monetize on it more because I don't want. I think Blaine disagrees with me on that because they're moving towards now on Ash Ketchum, and to me, Pikachu and Ash Ketchum was Pokemon. But now they decided to move towards that. So I have pretty strong opinions on that. But I understand what Blaine is saying. It's kind of more about like Pokemon than Ash. But then I would argue that, Ash and like Misty and Brock and all these other characters kind of made Pokemon. And that's kind of what I grew up with. Now, we've kind of moved on from that a little bit, I would argue, in a lot of the games and stuff like that. And I'm not a big pushbacker on what Blaine's been playing because I agree, Pokemon should be transcended. They've been...
Yeah. I think it would have been easier to swallow if it was like Season 2 was a different trainer. If we had Ash and then Joe, and then like every season we got a new trainer, it'd be like, oh yeah, this makes sense because it's like we're following somebody else's journey each time. So I think it would have been easier to swallow, but I do think that after enough time we've gotten Ash's story, it's cool to wrap that up, and then we can get somebody else's story. I think that's fine.
I feel like they announced that it was gonna be wrapped up pretty like a while before they were gonna do it. Like, it didn't come to a surprise to anyone, right?
But to fight against Lofty's point a little bit, too, like, it is still more of a kid's show. Like, on the list of anime, it's way closer to Card Fight Vanguard than it is Freyrant, right? So I'm okay with it still being marketed to kids. Because parents will still enjoy it. They'll watch it with their kids and be like, yeah, that's the lessons of friendship and teamwork. Here you go, kid.
Yeah, it really
I'm happy for it.
Even if, like, adults have fun with it.
Of course.
Yeah.
Like a SpongeBob or a Ren and Stimpy.
Okay. So, like SpongeBob, I have a little bit different opinion on that. I remember Ren and Stimpy. That got taken off there multiple times because a lot of the content. You remember that? Okay.
Yeah. It was a lot more adult than it was kid, that's for sure.
Okay. So, now, but like the stuff with SpongeBob, I felt like a lot of the stuff that Ren and Stimpy were doing, SpongeBob was doing. But for some reason, because it was a Nickelodeon, they were actually doing it. I don't know how they got away with a lot of the stuff, bro. There was like, okay, so let me bring up, for example, because I used to watch SpongeBob, a lot, because I liked SpongeBob. Okay, so there was like an episode, a Halloween episode. Okay, so literally, they showed Brain. Like, dude, they like remember that episode
where his like half of his face falls off and his brain falls
off?
Yep.
Dude, is that much like Is that
it's
okay
creepy
for
and
kids?
weird, but I don't think kids understand it enough to think it's creepy and weird. It's a really weird thing to look at as an adult.
You know, there's
Yeah. So,
Cartoon Network
but
had regular show have a dude's skin with like no skin on.
Ugh.
Yeah, that was very disturbing.
so it's the gray areas that we're talking about on the concept because like I would argue a lot of the stuff in the Ren Stimpy area were just kind of pure comedy and maybe not okay for kids, blah blah blah. But I would say that a lot of the stuff that SpongeBob was doing was pushing the buttons and you know what I mean? Because it was a different time and period, things get a little bit more acceptable. But it was just like it's not only SpongeBob. There were other comics doing this, other cartoons, but SpongeBob was constantly doing this, and which I noticed. And I don't know. What do you think about this? It just like was this too far for SpongeBob? You know what I mean? When like
Yeah,
Ren and Stimpy,
I get the question, but I think at the same time, it's sort of like it is designed to be that show that middle schoolers are like, "Oh, did you see that?" And you're not gonna have middle schoolers excited and they're like, "Oh, what was that?" Unless it does push the edge of the envelope to where a parent says, "I don't think my child should watch this." Like that's what the goal of those kind of shows would be to have a parent who says, "Kids shouldn't be watching this." And so I think it's okay to push that because again, kids view stuff very, very different than
they
an
do.
adult or anything
Mhm.
like that. So I'm okay with it.
But I guess one of my question is here, Blaine, is like
Yeah,
constantly kind of like, I feel like we're kind of relatively around the same age. I know I kind of like
yeah, I'm turning
joked
34 this
around.
year.
Yeah, yeah. So okay, so let me bring something up here. Okay, so like moving the goalpost, right? All right, so when we grew up with like Rocco and like Doug Funny and all that type of stuff, right?
I didn't have cable, so I grew up
Okay,
with very sad cartoons on PBS.
okay.
That's
So what? I guess
I was watching the EBT of TV when I was a kid.
okay, okay. So all right, so let me bring this argument home. So I guess the basis towards my argument is here is that things are not wired the same way. I think Pumpkin Man, I think we're relatively about the same age,
yeah, we are.
and it's like if you look at okay, let's bring the most closest thing to home, like Friends. Or look at the Office. That's kind of like all our ballpark range of like understanding. I'm trying to car I'm trying to analyze. I'm trying to put everything together so we're on kind of the same page, right? Friends, The Office, everything else as far as the comedy, because I think that's very important to paint the stage and the stage in which I'm like going to talk about as far as like, we talked about Pokemon. Obviously, we know that Pokemon came out probably in 1999, right? That's the initial release date, but obviously extending it on further. So I'm trying to gauge the conversation order so like we can be on the same page because I
Yeah,
think that's
I can
really
track with you.
important.
I think I
Yeah,
can
yeah.
track with you.
So
Alex
yeah,
doesn't.
so yeah, so I'm trying to track with Blaine and everybody in the audience, whatever. But do you want me to track with it? I don't know. I know it's getting late.
No, it's
So
up to you. Once you're done with this point, though, I am gonna wrap it. So go ahead and make your point, man. You're all good.
okay.
You got the floor.
Yeah.
The floor is yours.
Yeah. How about let's leave it next time with Dragon Ball Z,
Okay.
and I'll come back
Next
tomorrow.
time, we're gonna have a
Hey, are
cliffhanger on
you
that one, then, everybody.
Blaine? Are you doing a stream
Yes.
tomorrow? Okay,
Always.
I'll come back. I'll come back tomorrow, and
And
I'll do
we'll
my
talk
point.
talk the SpongeBob, Ren and Stimpy, cartoons, kids, all that,
That
Pokemon.
sounds good for tomorrow.
Awesome. I'm excited. Now everybody's on the edge of their seats. They're not going to know what's going to hit them till tomorrow.
Yeah. Hey, buddy. Blaine, I love your new haircut. You look 10 years longer for some reason. You look like you're 20, bro. What's going on?
Thank you.
Like you shaved your mustache. Like,
yeah.
Did you shave your mustache?
I did, yeah.
Like, what's going on with you, dude?
Basically, I grow it out until I look like a homeless veteran, and then I cut it all back, and it's like, yeah, the years just shave away.
About to debate Ben Shapiro on like a fucking college podcast, dude. What's going on? I don't know what's going on, but you still look handsome, dude. I want that Asian truck business going on. No, dude. I appreciate you reaching out, and you always like been one of my good dudes. And yeah, I'm gonna respond about the alien stuff. I've been thinking, dude.
You've been thinking about it?
Yes, because I don't want to give a half-assed answer.
Good.
So,
yeah, I wouldn't want a half-assed answer. Yeah.
Yeah. So thanks, man. I love you, fat kid loves cake, and sorry for
no apologies here.
The podcast. Yep. Love you, man.
Love you, buddy. Alrighty. And with that final profile picture change of Eduardo with black guy balancing pumpkin on his head, we're gonna wrap it up for tonight.
Alex looks like.
Alex, are you a cool guy with a pumpkin? Do you carry a pumpkin around?
No, we're out of season.
They're out of season. not no, but no, they're out of season. So he would if they were in season. So.
Just an old photo, okay.
What does that mean, bro?
Alrighty, everybody, have a wonderful rest of your night. I will catch you tomorrow for more anime news and chats and the finalization of Tim's cartoon point. I'll see you then.
Yeah.
Kampai, everybody.
Any drinks tomorrow?